I'm your host, Emily Springstroh, and we have a wonderful show lined up today with lots of great guests. So we're going to go ahead and introduce our first guest of the show today, and that is the Operation Cabin Fever Spring Thaw. So I'd like to introduce our friends Mike Hurt and Adam Alexander to tell us all about this really cool event that's coming up here. So welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for joining us.
Well, welcome. Good to be here. Good to be here.
Yes, it's great to have you, and got a lot going on right now, huh, Mike?
Yeah, a very, very busy time period. Saturday, April 22nd, we will have Operation Cabin Fever 2.
Yes, and this is the second event that you've had.
Yeah, this is second. Well, you know, we did it last year, and it was just fantastic, and it went very, very well. We ended up with a real high bar set before us, but we've done very good with it. We've gotten tremendous community support. Last year we had 17 sponsors. This year we have 30.
Wow.
And it is quite the lineup.
So tell us a little bit about what the event is. What is it all about?
Okay, a little bit of background real quick. We're both with Disabled American Veterans Chapter 17 in Winnebago County. And we are an outstanding chapter, one of the literally best in the state this last year. And Operation Cabin Fever, the proceeds from this are going to go toward the DAV Transportation Fund. And to bring it home a little bit, Monday through Friday at Perkins, we have veterans, 4 to 5 a day, that are taken to medical appointments in Milwaukee, Green Bay, Appleton, so forth. And if somebody is deemed that they need help, they might not have that transportation. So the proceeds from this are going to help those veterans. And I don't know if you want to run with some of the event itself, Adam, or
yeah, it's going to be a great event. We're going to have a social hour from 5:30 to 6. Our guest speaker, which is going to be retired Special Forces Colonel Stephen Leopold, is going to speak from 6:30 to 7:30. And the band, FBI and the Untouchable Horns, is going to be starting at 8 o'clock and going till 10.
Sounds like a fun band.
Absolutely.
And just to add in real quickly, the speaker is unbelievable. Colonel Leopold, Stanford graduate, went Special Forces, Green Beret, Vietnam, and he was working with the Mountie Guard soldiers and got captured. And for 5 years, he was a POW.
Oh my gosh.
And it was from, I believe it was 1969 to 73. His story is incredible. And so, you know, people have this opportunity. And also what I'd like to share that's real important, tickets are limited. And what I would encourage people to do is call Jody at the Oshkosh Visitor and Conventions Bureau to get those tickets and get them in advance.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they're going to sell out pretty fast here. To be able to hear a speaker like this is really kind of a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, I would say.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when we were pulling this one together, I mean, I had people coming up to me because I was wondering, you know, who are we going to get for a speaker this year? And everybody was saying, you got to get Colonel Leopold, he's fantastic. And everything I've heard, he's just very dynamic, and it's quite the story. And when you look at his biography, at the end, he talks about being able to feel the breeze, having an ice-cold glass of water, and just how important these things are in life, and you don't see it, you know.
Just amazing.
But, you know, he has that ability.
So we've got this wonderful guest speaker. We've got some entertainment.
Absolutely.
And, you know, what else? Maybe, Adam, you can tell us a little bit more about what's involved in the event.
We're going to be having a silent auction. Plenty of great prizes that will be available, and some snacks, hors d'oeuvres, that kind of stuff. And there will be a cash bar available. And
Very important
50-50
aspect.
raffle.
Yep.
And 50-50 raffle. So really the whole idea of this event is to raise funds for the wonderful programs that the DAV
Exactly.
supports. Go ahead.
Yeah, and Disabled American Veterans, you know, just to share, I mean, you know, we're over 1.3 million nationally. We have 13 chapters across the state. You know, we have chapters in Fond du Lac, in Appleton, Green Bay. Our state headquarters is in Green Bay. And DAV, it's about empowering and providing dignity and respect to veterans. And what we're doing that night on Saturday, April 22nd, you know, that's making a difference in the life of those who have served.
Definitely.
So.
And it's a wonderful program, a wonderful organization. We've got a couple minutes left, and I thought maybe we could take a little bit of time to, for each of you to kind of tell us your story, and a very brief version, I guess, and why the DAV is important to you. So, Mike, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, I'll get to the. I was a Cold War veteran back in the 70s. Went to UWO. After the events of, I ended up joining the Guard and then the Reserve, and after the events of 9/11, I ended up with 2 deployments to Iraq, and then 3 deployments in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. And 1 was in Afghanistan, and 2 were in the Horn of Africa. What I found after I left that side of military life is that the camaraderie that I've experienced in the veterans community and in DAV, it has become like second family. And and for me, it's just, I can see DAV, I can see those vans going down the road, I can see veterans getting help, I can see the difference we made in lives. Like with our last one last year, we did some great stuff. So I believe in it.
That's wonderful. And Adam, what about you?
Yeah, I joined the Army Reserve in 2007. I was deployed to Afghanistan in 2011, and while I was in Afghanistan, I was wounded in action. It gave me about a 5% chance to live when I was hurt. And so I was medically retired in 2012, and the Army was taken away from me a lot sooner than I wanted it to be. So these veteran service organizations like the DAV, it's a chance to stay connected to that family. And
definitely. Well, what an amazing story. And here you are today. So we're so thankful, and thank you both so much for your service. We are very appreciative and thankful for that. Once more, if we can recap the date, time, and location of Cabin Fever.
Saturday, April 22nd, starts at 5:30. $15 per person. Call Jody at the
Oshkosh
Convention Center
Yep.
for advanced sales. Get them while you can.
Got to get them while they're hot. Lots of
Absolutely.
great stuff. Great guest speaker, band, 50/50, silent
It's at the
auction.
Elks Lodge on Furnow Avenue.
Yep.
Here.
Very important,
And,
yes.
and it is the hottest ticket in town. They're going to go fast. So.
Yes. Well, thank you both so much for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you, and best of luck with the last planning phases of your event.
Thank you so much, Emily.
Thank you.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.